Hello and welcome. Happy anniversary, everyone. Isn't this exciting? 75 years, SUNY Erie has been a major force and major presence in changing lives in our community, and we are all part of it. So thank you so much for joining us for our Wednesday Pawz edition. So we wanted to highlight our Pawz mascot, proudly getting very excited about our anniversary and birthday week this week, April 4th. Hard to believe. So thank you everyone for joining us again. My name is Amy Yoder. I'm the Dean of Students at South Campus, and we are so happy to be here yet again this week to give you the ins and outs and the updates of what's going on campus, off campus, and within our college community. I'm so happy to once again have us Interim President Reuter join us for the President's Corner. We also have our special guest, Interim Vice President of Enrollment Management, Phil Struble, and always my lovely co-host, Paula Sandy. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Just a reminder that if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the chat. You can email us directly, and we'll be happy to answer them for you either during this session or afterwards in an email. So to kick things off, I'm always pleased to welcome Interim President Reuter to talk to us about what's going on at the college. Oh,
Great to see you.
sir.
Am I unmuted now? Thank you, Amy, and it's always great to see everyone every other Wednesday. Thanks for tuning into this live edition of the Wednesday Pawz. I'm always happy to share some updates, what's going on at the college. As Amy mentioned, we kicked off today's session with a message about our 75th year as a college. So this is just the beginning of a year of recognition of what SUNY Erie has meant to the community over the past 75 years and the impact this college has had on the lives of so many. Did you know that over 90% of our students come from Erie County, and over 90% of our students, once they graduate, remain in Erie County? So we truly have an impact on this county. So a few of the pieces in the works are for the 75th anniversary is we are going to have a lecture series, a history timeline, a video history. We're doing some on-campus celebrations when we are able to be in person. And ultimately, we'll have a gala in conjunction with the SUNY Erie Foundation. And then finally, for the next year, our social media feeds will feature a Flashback Friday post that will help to tell the story of SUNY Erie. But those facts are really just the beginning of the story, as we need your help, you, the students, the staff, to get the full story. So look out for information next week. We're going to send out an email and ask how you can contribute sort of a favorite memory for inclusion in the celebration of our 75th anniversary. We mentioned 2 weeks ago that we'll be hosting a virtual celebration of the class of 2021. That event, as a reminder, will take place on Thursday, May 6th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. It will be live streamed on the college's YouTube feed. And the celebration will feature greetings from not only myself, the board chair, among others, and we will be recognizing all our award winners and all our graduates. So in order to allow as many students as possible to be recognized this year, we have extended the graduation application deadline until next Wednesday, April 14th. So in order for you to be recognized as part of the virtual ceremony, students, make sure to get your applications by the deadline. So check your college email today for any details regarding that application. And finally, as we start to think ahead about the fall semester, there are a few items I wanted to mention that are on the horizon. First, you may have heard that there's discussion about the college launching a cannabis program here, and we have certainly recently received approval to move forward. So the cannabis track will launch as part of the biotechnology science degree program this fall. So any interested students will be able to apply for the program through our application that will be out soon. Additionally, we are going to be launching a mechanical engineering technology degree program option to allow offerings at the Northland Workforce Training Center. We already have a mechatronics program there, so this will expand our offerings, and it certainly impacts our City of Buffalo residents. For anyone looking for training opportunities in advanced manufacturing, and we are certainly grateful for the wonderful partnership we have with the Northland Workforce Development Center. Amy, that's it from the President's Corner this week. Thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to providing another update in 2 weeks.
Thank you so much for joining us, as always a delight, and we will see you again at our next pause. So I wanted to give this opportunity as a time to give a COVID update here on campus. While things are going good, we're seeing an increase in the amount of vaccinations that are being offered and administered. It's important to remain diligent during this time. Unfortunately, SUNY Erie had our highest amounts of positives last week, and while that didn't put us in a danger zone by any means, it still gave us a stark reminder that we are still very much in this pandemic. So it is vitally important to remember to please stay home if you're sick, wear your mask at all times on campus, and continue to participate in weekly pool testing. Just another important note with our weekly pool testing, as we move to our new spit kits, I'll never get over saying that. That's so strange. As we move to our new spit kits, there is also some changes in the lab. So you no longer get emails from me letting you know that you're negative. You're able to go into the app yourselves and look at your test results. The nice part about that too is because of this change in the lab, it's now a clinical setting. We're no longer surveillance testing. So you actually do have a printout that will come through the app that you can download and can use that for various things, such as going to sporting events or other events that may require a negative COVID test. So the nice part is that is a clinical lab report, a PCR test that you're able to use to go to different events and opportunities that you might need that test report for. So good changes, although we did see a lag in some of those test results coming back. We're working with the lab on that. But like I said, they're moving through some changes. That's probably why we're seeing some delay. And I will be honest, we were very spoiled for a while. I was always told that it would take 4 to 5 days to get test results. We were seeing like a 24, 48-hour return. So it was moving pretty fast. And now we're kind of in that range of 4 to 5 days. So we are really hoping as the lab works out these kinks, they're opening another location here in Buffalo, so we don't have to do such a long ship out to Syracuse. We're going to see going back to those timeframes of 48 hours for test result return. So please, everyone, just be patient. We're working through that with the lab as much as possible, but you guys are doing great and awesome. I know I mentioned this before, but I really want to thank all the volunteers that are participating in COVID testing. I really, really want to highlight our maintenance and housekeeping staff this week. They have done such a tremendous and awesome job, and we keep throwing things at them, literally, because now we're doing spit tests. And guess what? What happens with spit? Ew, goes everywhere. And our maintenance staff has now upped the cleaning of our testing sites, and they're doing that much more frequently so that we have a safe environment for those tests to take place. So thank you so much to Rich Rojak, his teams. They have been amazing. I contact them at all hours of the night, days, weekends, you name it, and they're always so responsive and so helpful. So thank you. So now it's time to play our game of hide and seek, as we always do every week. The first person to guess Pawz's location on campus will win some fabulous SUNY Erie swag. So Paula, I hear that Pawz is on the move yet again. That crazy cat, I tell you.
Yeah, that crazy cat is all over the place. And before I give this week's clue, for those of you who have won, yes, I know you're all asking for your swag. And I personally packed boxes and dropped them off at shipping and receiving last night at 6 p.m. So those boxes are on the move, probably chasing our cat around campus. But they should be arriving in your offices within the next couple of days. So trust me when I tell you, I did actually physically pack those things myself last night. So where is he this week? So for those of you who tuned in a couple of weeks ago, you might remember we talked about a really big event that's coming up that will help students get prepared for their career search after they leave here. So our crazy cat, Pawz, is hanging out with the staff who help our students with their resumes and get ready for job interviews. What office would that be? Oh, wow. Everybody's jumping on board already. You guys are really on the stick. I've got 3, 4, 5 people who have already responded. So we'll just wait for everybody else to finish getting their messages in, and Amy, we'll go back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So now it's time for our SUNY Erie topic of the week. Interim President Reuter mentioned that we're starting to look ahead for the fall semester. Hard to believe, right? But it's here. And there's a number of virtual opportunities coming up for someone who's looking to learn about the college and other programs. So joining us today is Phil Struble, our Interim Vice President of Enrollment Management, to talk about those upcoming virtual events. Hey, Phil.
Thanks, Amy. Hello to everybody. I appreciate the time again. As we've kind of talked about, 75 years. So we're across the whole college community, we're excited. And really, what I want to convey today is that we really want to continue to build a college campus with all your family and friends. So to do that, we're hosting a couple of opportunities for you to get to know Erie. So if you see my screen here, we have a series of virtual visit days planned all the way through June. These are, the best contrast I can talk to you is sort of like an open house. We're going to be highlighting different academic programs in each session. You'll learn about how to apply, and then all about the great services that we have here at Erie. Not just, we want to make sure that you understand, the financial aid process, all the services that are available to you that once you're a student, you'll hear from our EOP programs, our Say Yes, our transportation, everything that makes SUNY Erie stand above all the other institutions locally. In addition to that, we're also in these 4 sessions. We also have some just general information sessions. These are presented every couple of weeks by our recruitment staff. They're very informative. They're very kind of personalized, very casual. You can kind of ask and interact with the recruiters. They do a fantastic job. The next one is May 5th and then May 19th, and then we're also going to schedule them every other week, throughout the summer till our fall semester starts. So if you have questions and you want to talk to someone live, I please encourage you to come. Just go to our ecc.edu. Right on the side of the website is a tab to visit. It gives you all the information. It kind of gives you a breakdown of the agenda on these virtual visit days, when our virtual information sessions are offered. Soon we're going to also have up there opportunities for you to have individualized tours. These tours will kind of just be one-on-one with one of our college recruiters. They're about 30 minutes. You do have to go through our COVID screening at our checkpoints and answer our questions. We encourage you to download our Campus Clear app. But I just ask everybody's help. I've been working in admissions and recruitment for 22 years now. I'm kind of going to date myself, and I've always found the best way to build a college campus is with family and friends. It's beneficial not only for the college but for you. It creates a great learning experience for you if you have kind of that group with you. So thank you for your time, Amy. Any questions for me?
Thank you, Phil.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us today. 75 years SUNY Erie has been in our community, and we all, both my brothers, my sister, my father, they're all alum of SUNY Erie. We all have stories like that. It's important to push that out to your family and friends and tell them what a strong legacy and strong support center SUNY Erie is to our community, as well as in your own family unit. So thank you so much, Phil, for coming in today. I want to thank your amazing team, your admissions counselors, your recruiters, your financial aid staff, bursar's office, registrar's office, such an incredible team who are here to help and offer and begin that education journey with students. So thank you so much. So now it's time for our quick hits of the week. As we approach the end of the semester, we want to encourage students to continue to take advantage of our tutoring opportunities that are on campus, our computer labs, and those resources. Finals are coming. Those are free resources on campus to better help you get the leg up and get those opportunities to get your grades up. I will always say this to students too: meet with your faculty. They're the ones that know the answers to the test. Go meet with them. They have all the answers, and they're such wonderful people. They want to help you. So please, I encourage you to go to office hours. They're available virtually. Our faculty are just so amazing. They're here to help. There's 2 events taking place next Wednesday, April 14th, that I want you to be aware of and put on your calendar. First, in conjunction with Humanities New York, we are hosting a program about the role democracy plays in our lives. The program kicks off at noon. And don't forget that our Office of Career Services, wonder what office, might have some visitors in it this week. Our Office of Career Services is hosting a virtual career expo from 12:30 to 4:30, featuring 6 different employers throughout the afternoon. Again, that's next week, Wednesday, April 14th. Later on this month, on April 21st, the college, in conjunction with the MOMS program and the Western New York Women's Foundation, will host a panel discussion titled Reflections on Achievements and Contributions of Phenomenal Women Leaders Overcoming Obstacles to Achieve Their Career Goals. That sounds so interesting. As always, you can find these details of these events as well as other upcoming events on our events calendar on our website. And finally, I say this every week, check your SUNY Erie email. It's super important. You get great updates there. Things are changing. They're coming along. But it keeps you up to date of the most important things happening on campus. So now let's determine how many winners we have to figure out where that crazy cat Pawz is this week. Paula?
Well, I think everybody was paying attention 2 weeks ago about the big event we've got coming up with Career Services, which you just mentioned. The Career Expo is next week. So yes, Pawz has been hanging out in the Office of Career Services helping our friends get ready. So Roz and Jason, who also won last time, as well as Jeff, Sherry, and Marvin, you guys have packages on your way. We'll be getting those out in the mail to you in interoffice mail next week. So be on the lookout for those.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's that. So as a quick reminder, we will be sending out an email message on the virtual commencement this afternoon. Interim President Reuter did mention that we do have a virtual ceremony coming up in a few weeks. So we'll be sending out a message to students and as well as to all staff this afternoon, just in a little detail on that. And Amy, we do have a question, but I suspect I'm going to have to be the one to answer this. So Karen wants to know if there is a link anywhere about the history of SUNY ECC. She'd love to know the various locations of the campus over the years. So, you know, the interim president just touched on this briefly, Karen, about the fact that we're going to be launching things on our social media feeds each week. But there's going to be an interactive timeline that's launching on our website next week. So keep an eye out on your SUNY Erie email accounts the early part of next week with a link to that timeline, as well as some initial planning. But oddly enough, Karen, I don't know if you have a bug in my office, but the first thing we're talking about in this launch is our locations through the years. And that is purely ironic that she asked that question. We actually had that meeting early this morning to make sure that we were all on the same page. But yes, our first launch of the timeline is actually going to talk about where our locations were and some of the things that we'll be doing over the next 12 months. So thanks for that great question, Karen. She just mentioned that she's right across the hall from my office, so maybe she picked up on that great vibe that we've got going on in this office this morning. So that's it. No other questions that I see come through the queue right now.
Well, as always, questions can be emailed to us directly. We're more than happy to answer those. Thank you so much again for tuning in with us. We're actually going to see you again on April 28th. That will be our final Pawz session of the spring semester, which will lead us into finals week, as well as our virtual commencement, again, happening Thursday, May 6th. So if you have any ideas for future segments on Pawz, or if you want to see some modifications or changes, because we're planning on continuing in this in the fall semester, please don't hesitate to email marketing@ecc.edu for consideration for future events. So thank you so much. Stay safe, everyone. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and have an awesome week. Weather's beautiful the next couple days, 80 degrees tomorrow. Get out, get some sunshine, take a walk. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye now.
Stay well.